Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on the series Strategy Game, and we are returning to Command, where we are at war against Russia as NATO. Now, this time around I want to talk a little bit about this strategy that we're going to have to take out Crimea, and sort of some other things in between. Now, I did take a little bit of a break here from the game, simply so that I could catch up to all of your comments, and you had some excellent ideas that I want to employ. So, let's talk about things. The big challenge that we have is trying to break Crimea. And some of you suggested that I can use, for example, the Tomahawks that are down here in the Mediterranean on one of the Ohio conversions, that is. And that's not a bad idea. That's absolutely valid. We can try to send a lot of cruise missiles in here. But the issue is, I don't think that's enough. Even though this is 154 missiles, which is a lot, we know from experience that Russian anti-air assets are incredibly good. And you can see they are actually very well placed. So, for example, this SEAL team here is very close to observing one of the S-400 Triumphs. This is one of the best anti-air systems in the world, probably. It has very good radar technology, we can't easily spoof it, and it has an enormous range of 135 miles, very high speeds. This is, and actually, you know, pretty big warhead too. So it's going to be very difficult to take out. This is their long range stuff. This is really area denial. Now this is actually defended by also some shorter range stuff, so some manpads, just shoulder mounted stuff, but you can see there's also some other things that are placed around here. These Greyhound missile systems, they have significantly shorter range and they're somewhat older. Can't see it over here somewhere. Yeah, range 10 miles. That's very short range. But this is more than enough to take down cruise missiles. So they do have a lot of systems here to even only protect this one system there. And just how many things do we have in this group? So how many launches do they have? They have 2 launches and each of them carries 12 missiles. So that's 24 missiles. Granted, not every one of them is going to shoot down a single cruise missile, but that is already a huge depletion rate. And there's also going to be 30mm guns from Shilkos or something like that. Don't know. But they're not going to be that effective. But that's only one system. They've got a couple of radar systems down here. They've more systems over here. They've more systems here and there. And I'm pretty sure that there are more down here which we haven't even spotted yet. So all of these systems are mutually supporting, or at least to some extent they are, and that's going to be extremely difficult to overwhelm with missiles. And here's the thing about missile warfare. When you send 150 missiles in and they can intercept 200, you basically haven't achieved anything. There can be some random statistical fluctuations, but by large, you have wasted all of your missiles. Only what we have above a certain threshold, what can get through, will cause damage. And that means we need to be utterly overwhelming. And that's why we're not just going to use these missiles down here, we are also going to use the missiles from the Ala Berke class, another 56 missiles. That's going to be something, but not that much. We also need, I think, our air-based assets. We've got a couple of systems here. We've got some in the UK, we've got some in Italy, and we've got some in Bulgaria. Now, I want to get all of these missiles into Crimea, and here's the critical factor. I want to do that at more or less the same time. They should be overwhelmed with them. They should not have chance to reload, track a new target. They should be overwhelmed by the amount of missiles. Now, what I did is I put down all of these suitable missiles and missile carrier systems that we have into a little Excel, because that's what we need to do at this point. And here it is. So let's go through that just very briefly here. It's just going to take 2 minutes, guys. So this is all of the air systems that we've got. This is the current configuration. So for example, we have 3 B-1s with each 24 missiles. That's 72 missiles each. They're stationed in England at a distance of 1,400 miles. They've got a certain speed, they've got a certain range with their missiles. The missiles do have all different speeds. That is basically all of the system, all of the information that I can pull from the game, and this is all of the calculations that I did on this basis. So here's what I think. We should try to use the systems here at a range of around 200 miles, 150 miles for some of the slower ones. That will basically ensure that the missiles fly to the target in sort of the same time. They should arrive on target at the same time if we launch these guys here at a range of 200 miles and these guys here at a range of 150 miles, roundabout. Doesn't have to be precise, but that's about it. That also means that we have a certain time that these guys are going to fly to actually get to that launch point. Mind you, they're 1,400 miles away. And that basically means that they're going to take around 2.5 hours there, 150 minutes. And all of that boils down to that we need to stagger our launches from the time when we actually want all of the missiles to hit. Now, I think it is viable that at 2:30 p.m., we're going to have all of these missiles converge on the target at sort of the same time. Plus or minus 10 minutes, I guess. There's also always going to be some inaccuracies, but that's going to be our target time. So that means, for example, the B-52, which is very far away and kind of slow, and has very slow missiles, these guys are going to launch at 11:45, so just before noon. And they're going to try to get, they're going to fly a distance of around 1,250 miles or so, and then they're going to launch their missiles. 15 minutes later, the B-1s can take off, and so on and so forth. So that's basically the gist of it. There are a couple of modifications that we need to keep in mind. These Tornadoes and these F-16s that are currently in Italy, especially the Tornadoes, I believe, so these guys and these guys. Now, I think these guys will actually need to launch a little bit earlier than that because they probably need to refuel. They don't actually have the range to cover this. So at least the Tornadoes don't. So I think we're going to launch them a little bit earlier than that, and then we're going to try to refuel on way. But yeah, that basically means 11:45, we can already launch our first aircraft over here from their bases in Britain. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we are going to take, what did I say? I think the B-52s, right? Let's actually check that. So yeah, the B-52s are going to be the first one to launch. So let's take all of these guys, let's have them launch as a group, that's fine. And I'm actually also going to launch the B-2. And this one is not going to be on target at an appropriate time, but I would like to have it around and sort of mop up afterwards. It only has a couple of missiles, it doesn't actually have any reload. This is a one-shot thing here with these guys, but you know what, that's what we're going to do. So these guys are going to take off immediately, and I think in about 5 to 10 minutes we're going to take off with the Tornadoes here, and that should be a-okay. Let's actually check on the F-15. So these guys with the HARM missiles, you have a strike radius of 400 miles. That I think is way too short. Yeah, so we also will need to keep in mind that we are going to have a tanker stop somewhere over here. And do you know what? I'm actually going to pull up the tankers already a little bit towards this direction, so that they are more sort of in between Crimea and these bases. Right, that should be a-okay, there we go. I will also send in more tankers onto that base, which I think are currently based in Sicily. That's going to take a while for them to get there, but you know what, better get them there early rather than too late. So, how many tankers have we got here? We've got a lot, so you know what, let's not be cringy here. Let's assign all of you guys here to tankers Bulgaria, there we go. And I'm actually going to launch you in 2 groups of 2, which would be pretty nice. There we go, that's fine. Good. That's basically the gist of it. Just one last thing here. We will need to keep in mind that we need to launch our Tomahawks at around 20 past 1. And that shouldn't mean that they're going to get there sort of in time. I think we can sort of, you know what, let's keep sort of at the same distance here. I'm also going to bring this guy here to periscope depth because otherwise I'm going to forget and they will not be able to launch, which would be a shame, wouldn't it? Right. I think that's it. Just 10 minutes into the game, but I did want to explain that at least once. So let's do that. Now there are a couple of other things that do require immediate attention, and that is we've got a couple of guided missile systems here coming in towards our Arla Berke class destroyer. This guy unfortunately, and let's actually get rid of this here, this guy unfortunately doesn't have anything left. Now I've been made aware that these guys are currently running with their radar systems on. That's not great because that means that these guys can home in, but I think at this point they already have our bearing close enough, so there's not going to be much chance of us to actually disengage from these guys. So we'll just need to it's just going to be that. So we're going to try to weather that storm. We do have some missiles, some aircraft here that are trying to come in. I'm not convinced that they're going to make it in time. In fact, that's extremely unlikely. Still, we're going to burn the fuel here just to make sure that we can potentially do that. We've got a couple of other systems that are going to try to come over Ukraine, provide some aircraft cover. We also got a dogfight already with this flight here of a couple of F-15s against these Su-25 sea ground attack aircraft that are currently attacking these Ukrainian positions. And we've got this system here, which I really struggle what that is. It sort of got the speed of a helicopter, but it's kind of too high for that, so I'm not too sure what these guys are. But you know what? Yeah, let's not mark them as hostile. I really don't know too much about them. But speaking of slow aircraft, we've got these guys down here, these UAVs. I think I would want to launch a couple of more of these guys. So let's launch at least one of you. And let's also launch... Let's also launch these two. You can attack ships, can't you? I would like to take out some ships if possible. Yeah, you can attack ships. So let's try to take out these Typhoons and bring them over the Black Sea. And we're also going to launch another U-2. We lost our first one there, but that's going to be okay. Right, that's all of that. And then there's one last thing I want to do. It's going to take a while until we're going to get all of these things over there. But we have seen some ground forces here of Russia entering Ukraine. Now I want to stop that. So what I'm going to do is get over here, and I think we've got some aircraft here, like these Mavericks, for example. They should be pretty good at taking out enemy ground forces. And they also do have pretty good anti-air missiles. So I think they're going to be a very good type of aircraft to have over Ukraine at the moment. And I think you guys also have basically very short-range bombs here. There's no way how we're going to get you over Crimea without being shot down at a 12-mile radius. That's just not going to work. But you can, I think, get over these mobile installations. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And going to try to bring you up there. So let's take, you know what, we're going to launch all of you guys here as groups, and I'm also going to take in the cluster bombers here because I want to find out just how well they're going to do there. Right, and with all that being done, let's finally hit the play button here and see what's going to happen. Immediately we do see some missiles being launched, which is obviously not great. I'm not even sure where these guys are going, but they're going somewhere. Right, you guys are coming down there. Let's keep an eye on things up here. Let's bring you over there and then down there. I think you can go a little bit lower here. Let's go. You know what? Let's try to match the weird altitude of that thing that we've seen there. I want to get visuals on that. You do run with your radar on, I think. How about you guys? Is your radar on? Yes, it is. Yeah, we are seeing some... Ooh, an Su-57. I don't actually know that too well. That's, I think, one of the most modern aircraft that they got. Yeah. That's a pretty good aircraft. But we don't exactly know where it is. We just know that it's somewhere in this direction. Which is still very wide. Right. I'm very intrigued about these missiles down there. Are seeing some other aircraft all the way over here and there. I think we can mark these as hostile. I did hear some attack plan there, but let's see. Yeah, these missiles are coming in. Wait, what's going on down here? Oh, you're just returning. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't see any chance of how we're gonna intercept you. How fast are these guys? 2,500. Very unlikely. We should launch soon. Are we even launching? have allocated some weapons here. But I'm very afraid that we're going to lose the Russia-Nato class. You know what? One thing that I would like to do is, I think we also had a couple of OECM aircraft here, which I would very much like to get into the air. Not here? No, yeah, there was. Okay. Yeah, I did actually ask one of these guys here to launch already, to just provide a little bit of offensive capabilities here. It's not going to be too much, but it's at least going to be something. But you know what? Okay, you guys, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. Let's stop burning fuel here senselessly. There's just no way how we're going to intercept that. We're going to keep you around though. That's too sad. Right, okay, what's going on here? You are sending missiles down there, that's all good, but what are we seeing here, guys? What is that? Certainly not a fighter aircraft, it's way too slow for that, but okay, missiles are coming in there. Shots being fired on these missiles. Wait, what's going on here? We are being attacked by missiles coming in from here. Probably from that F-57 that we don't know where it is. Do you guys know that you're under attack? No, you don't. Okay, so we urgently need you to come down, be fast, and turn off your radar, please. Let's try to get out of there. Okay, you guys have finally launched missiles here, but that's just way too late. There we go, there we go. Unfortunate, but not entirely unexpected either, so... yeah, not great. You know, one last thing that we should probably set up, and then I'm really going to go back to the game here. So, let's define an area, and I'm going to define, somewhat graciously, all of this, this down here, because we were told that there were Russian submarines in the area, and we don't know where they are, but up over here, I would like to add a new mission, and that is going to be Anti-Submarine Warfare Patrol, Istanbul, not Constantinople, and that's a patrol mission, and it's going to be an anti-submarine warfare patrol. There we go. Fine, good, I like it. We should have some aircraft down here in this basis. Let's take a look at that. So I think we had a lot of guys, EU for example. Yeah, you do have a lot of things. So let's assign you towards the anti-submarine warfare patrol. You know what, you're also going to be assigned to that. Yeah, one of you should actually launch. Again, would do that anyway, but I just like to do it manually too. Right, everything else here is fine, you guys. Yeah, you know what, you also have a couple of systems here. So let's also assign you to that. And keep a couple of aircraft there to make sure that we're really trying to get them. I want at least 2 aircraft there. That should be a-okay. Okay, that's going to be a good start here. Right, Russia-Nato class lost. That's a huge loss. Okay, let's see whether we can at least call the aircraft a little bit forward. What is it? Come on, guys, you should see it at this point. This is just a mile away. Ah, it's a UAV. It's a Russian UAV. Reconnaissance. Developed in Israel. I didn't know that they bought that. And you're firing Sightwinders at that. I very much appreciate that, honestly. That's a good thing. How is the situation up here? Looks like these missiles are going to miss, which I think would be nice. No, it looks actually like this one is they do have us homed in. At least we were able to dodge it. That's nice. How are you guys doing though? You're sending missiles down there. That's all good. We are seeing more out of the aircraft around, but it's not too much. Right, let's briefly check on all of the aircrafts that we've got in the air. So, stratofortresses. Guys, come down here. You should be able to do that very well. Anyone else here? No, it's just these 2 flights. And then we've got these guys here. Let's bring you over Ukraine, like that, sort of northern Ukraine, and you two, and you're gonna fuel up on the way there, which you should be able to do nicely. Good. You guys are all assigned to stuff, so we shouldn't be too worried about that. We've got a couple of things here. So there's our U2. Let's bring you up here, I suppose. And you guys have the paveways. So I would like you to potentially attack these ships there if we can. That would be fantastic. The UAV, you guys have an enormous range, so I want to bring you over Ukraine too. You're going to sort of skirt here the anti-aircraft cover. There we go. Good. That should set up all of the flights that we've got over here. And while I say that, there's another one that's being launched. Where was that? Was that up over here? No. Not down here either. No, you guys are assigned to. Well, it might be that, but well, we'll see. Right, okay. More missiles impacting stuff down there. You guys are fine. You can back to, let's say, at least low altitude. Oh, stop it. Let's take care of these guys here up here first. So we know that there are fighters. These guys are potentially still over Russia. So I don't want to attack them there due to political reasons. Let's go back to over here. Let's turn on our sensors. And let's see whether we can find these guys. That might be a-okay. You guys are going down there, but you are now being attacked by some sort of surface-to-air missile. Probably these guys. Nah, or probably something over here even. At any rate, that's not too good for us. So let's try to go very low and be a little bit faster here. Maybe we can avoid them. Right, and then lastly, we've got these wild boars. Let's fly over here. And let us use sensors. You can use, especially your communication and offensive ECM. Yeah, I would like that. Right, there are a couple of more guided missiles here that are coming in for this last ship that we've got over here. This class. Now, this is not an American ship. It's not quite as useful, but let's try to save it anyway, shall we? So we're going to assign. How many missiles have we got? Yeah, it's a little bit of a wastage, but still, I think it's better than having these guys be destroyed. So let's try to protect us here. You can loiter. Don't want to get too close to these guys there. Okay, the surface-to-air missiles have vanished, which is okay-ish. Come on, you can shoot at them. Okay, more missiles up here, not good. Let's see whether they have us homed in. I think they do. Let's turn off the radar. Ooh, there's more aircraft here. I think there's another attack incoming. Guys, oh, you're basically out of missiles. Well, that's no good. Well, let's bring you back home then. Okay, I'm actually going to ask you to come home, and then I'm going to give you order here, because otherwise you're going to fly straight over Crimea, which kind of would not be a good idea. That's a lot of missiles that we did kind of waste on here. Ooh. Not good. Yeah, the SU-57 was it? I think really has us on the run here in the north. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, aircraft lost there. Can't be avoided at all times, but still not a good thing for us. Okay, you guys, can you fly over here? Thank you. And I think the B-1, yeah, the Spirit of Kitty Hawk. Get down here. Good. That should be pretty much everyone. Or is anyone still around their bases? No, I think it's okay. Right. We also have, I think, a flight down here, which should be, well, somewhere down here. You guys. Yeah. You you're carrying a couple of bombs. I think you're currently refueling, but what I would want you to do afterwards is send out a bomb to this guy, a bomb to this guy, and then your remaining 2 bombs are going to go on these 2 guys. Let's see whether proper bombing is going to be the better approach here. Right, guys, didn't I ask you to send missiles their way? I think I did do that. Let's try to get low. Oh, these guys are really sea skimming. What are you, by the way? You've got AMRAAMs. Why don't you take the shot first? Yeah, I think you're the Turkish aircraft here, aren't you? Right, let's launch. Let's also go to a low altitude here. Okay, missiles are being sent their way, and it's a lot of missiles at this point, but the big disadvantage here is that they're not really... Oh, Jesus, we're wasting missiles, I think. Or are we? We're not. They still got through all of this. Jesus. Right, okay, guys, you can get up here, though. Let's get back on track here. Did lose a lot of ships. Not good. You guys just get home, I suppose. And you guys do get back to cruise speed and sort of normal altitude, please. Too bad, too bad. 2 ships lost in a single episode here. Not good at all. This is obviously reaching sort of catastrophic proportions. And we also lost some aircraft here. Let's try to keep these guys here checked, though. So we've got these flankers down there. Honestly, I think that's our best target. So let's come down here. Let's send missiles their way. We're going to try it like that. And you do need to turn on your radar, please. Yes, thank you. And I would like you to go here on cruise speed. We can actually go military speed, I suppose. Right, let's do a turnaround. Got a lot of fighters there. What are these guys? NATO airbags. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to do. So we've got these guys over here, these Gripens, and some of you actually pointed out that there's a lot of debate. I think I hate them. They've got a range of like 500 miles shield bingo fuel, so it's only 250 miles combat radius, or 200 miles even. So you've got to have tankers around 200 miles behind the front line, which really makes them vulnerable. I mean, keep in mind the Russian missiles do have a range of 70 miles, 80, 90 miles. So I'm really not comfortable having high value units that close to the front line. So that being said, we are going to assign a new home base to these guys in Romania. And the main point here is to actually have them be a little bit closer to the front line. The disadvantage is that I don't think there are weapon stocks in Romania to actually replenish these guys. But if they can't actually use the weapons from the Hungarian bases because they're never ever going to be in range, then that sort of becomes irrelevant. So I'd rather have them expend at least the loadout that they're currently carrying rather than being all stupid. And you know what, you guys, you can just return to base here. You don't actually need to refuel, please. Just return to base. Did you do that? Did you get that command? Yes. Return to base is ordered. And honestly, you guys, let's have you come back to base as well. You guys are doing fine here? Yeah, I think you are going to be fine. So yeah, that really only leaves these guys engaged. Let's revisit them then. See what's going to happen here. Flankers, you seem to be pretty high up in the air. We're not that high up in the air. Let's go at least a little bit higher. Why are you not launching? Oh, I think 70-mile radius, right? On the D variant, is that true? Yeah, 75 miles. So we should be able to launch. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. That's our missiles being launched. Nice and easy. Let's actually go back to loiter speed. Energy is live, but I don't want to be too close to them either. More planes there. Interesting. What are you guys doing? Why don't you go, let's say, up here? Yeah, you do have a bit of fuel left, so I think that is going to be okay. Right, we also got all of the Italians that are now streaming in towards here. Let's bring them over there. You guys can actually draw back a little bit and just fall back into formation. What was that noise, please? What was that noise? Oh, it's up here. Okay, we did destroy one of their planes, and that's actually kind of nice because they seem to be more missiles now. No, it's just two. I did. Nice. Okay. And that means these guys here should also be kind of running kind of nowhere. That's good. And that means you guys can actually, I think, return to base. Are you going to do that? You should be doing that. Where is your base, actually? You are based at... should say somewhere. Yeah, but you're going to be a little bit too much... Wait, what? No, you're engaged defensive. You don't need to be engaged defensive, but you know what? You are returning to base. That's good. But let's have them come here, and from there on you can sort yourself out. I don't think these missiles should be able to target us without their launch platform, with their launch platform gone, basically. No. They do have some capabilities, obviously. That's the second plane that we're losing there. Whew. Heavy losses that we are taking. By the way, it's nearly 12 o'clock, so that means we can already go ahead and take a look at... which one was it? Bryce Norton? No. Fairfold. That means we can launch the Lancers. So let's launch these guys too. And let's actually keep on checking this. So yeah, 12 o'clock the Lancers. Next thing would be the Tornado Harms, which where are they? Sorry, 1,000 miles away. That's these guys. So let's take these guys out and launch them already as well. They're going to need to be refueled, and that is going to take some time, which is probably going to be over here. 700 miles away. I think they're going to be fine. They should be able to do that. No, sorry, it's going to be here. 500 miles away. Yeah, that's more like it. These guys are the tankers. You're going in at 320 knots. You're going to be there in 2 hours, 1.5 hours maybe. It's going to be a long flight, but there we go. Right, lots and lots of Russian planes over Ukraine. Not much that we can do about that. Guys, I think I did tell you to be a little bit careful here, right? You guys are not burning fuel unnecessarily. No, that's good. Okay, I like it. Good. At least we are sending something over there. So, what have the Russians got over Ukraine? They've got the recon plane here, which I think we should try to take out. You know, you guys, you're kind of pointless now. You can send harpoon missiles. 70-mile range? 75. Okay, you know what, in that case, let's bring you closer. We're going to try to overwhelm them here with the Italians all sort of at the same time. Or are we going to go for these ones? Now, I think we did try to attack this cluster of ships before, and we did find that the Moskva in particular has a really good capability of evading stuff. Let's see whether that's actually true. I want to find out. You know, this is a little bit experimental, so let's try to get down there and launch against them. Let's also check what we've actually got over here. We've got the HARM missiles and we've got the Cormorants. Cormorants have a range of 30 miles, which is pretty low. So 30 miles from Moscow, that's around here-ish. Some nondescript point there. Okay. Let's try to get that close. I'm not sure what the Moscow actually has in terms of anti-air weapons, but I'm afraid that it might actually outrange us. So let's check. 11 miles, 11 miles, yada 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 yada. These guys, the Grumbles, 50 miles. Actually armored too. Interesting. And you've got 8 of these systems, so that's 64 missiles. That's a lot. Well, in that case, let's try to get here and then there. And up over here, we're going to try to get to a low altitude at least. Maybe at least we can try to be below their radar situation. Their radar horizon situation. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Good. Okay, we've got an attack plan down there. We've lost 2 aircraft up here. We're bringing in more guys. That's alright. We've got the Lancers here now. You guys do make your way down here. That's okay. You guys do make your way over here to the refueling point. So slowly but surely getting everyone on board here. How about our aircraft that we did try to send out there to bomb these guys? You're still chasing your fuelers there? That's okay, I suppose. You guys are over here, that's okay. I would very much like to intercept these guys here with our submarines. It's gonna be a tough fight though. Something weird about this guy. I'm not sure why he was always a little bit off there. Well, everyone is flying around here. You guys could potentially go a little bit more straight down here, I think. You know what? We're actually just going to tow together here, and then you can sort yourself out. Good. Good, good, good. Some troops shuttling in, some troops shuttling out. That's fine. Let's keep an eye on the situation here. So, yeah, I think we've launched all of these guys. So in about 15 minutes we can launch the other guys from Italy. They're also going to need to refuel, but I think they're going to be all right. What's this flight up here? Oh, it's another flight of Lancers because you did carry different bombs, slightly different bombs. So yeah, I suppose makes some sense. Yeah, you've got the extended range, but we're going to launch them at the same range regardless. Lots and lots of planes up there, not much to that we can do about that. Do we have a couple of F-22s or F-35s? You're going to take a while to be reloaded. Where was that? Up over here. Yeah, it's probably more ground attack craft, although there seems to be a lot of fighters here. Fighters are priority target, but even more important it is going to be to actually take out their strike craft. So you're currently refueling. Yeah, we can see that going up nicely over there. You actually don't need that much fuel, but you know what, we're going to bring you up to speed anyway. Often the game is kind of pessimistic about these types of things, but okay, you guys, can I ask all of you? No, I can't ask all of you at the same time, but you're going to refuel there anyway. These Gripens are refueling there, that's okay-ish. Let's try to bring them somewhere close to the front afterwards. A little bit sick of your stuff there, but okay. You're heading up here as well. You're nice and fast, by the way. I like that. You guys are coming here. So another tanker stop. So, the president of the Ukraine is on TV condemning NATO's inaction and demanding that the international community come to their assistance. The intelligence picture is starting to clear up. It looks like Russian army units are advancing past the Donbas frontier towards the Dnieper River and southwest towards the Crimea. Towards? Oh, unless the Ukrainians can stop them, they will likely link up with sympathetic forces in the Crimea and seize crossings sites over the river and continue west. Yeah, that would not be good. So I think this one over here is one of the areas that we need to defend aggressively. Let's try to get to Lakenheath, and I think we do have a couple of F-15s here. You know what? I will launch 2 of them as a group. It's going to take a while for you to be here, but we can refuel on the way, so it shouldn't be too bad. We can actually bring you more closely towards that region there. Good. Whew. Right. Are you at 75 miles? Not yet, but you will be there soon. And you guys are coming in too, so at that point we might be able to do something there. Really intrigued. Guys, how's your refueling coming up? It's actually kind of fun. Oh, whoa. What's going on? Where are you actually coming from? So we've got how many aircraft here? Is that always groups of 2? Yeah, that's a group of 2, that's a group of 2. Presumably all of them are groups of 2. So that's a lot of planes here. Do we know anything about you? No, nothing whatsoever. You are flying at sort of medium altitude, medium speed. Not sure what that could be. I'm guessing they took off somewhere from here and circled around there. They might have used the radar shadow here, but I think we should try to intercept that. Let's try to use our F-15s here. You guys should all be able to launch. Let's launch as a group. What have you got? What is this recon pod? Infrared, long range frame, 20 miles. So is it that useful? Surface search, ground search. No, we're not going to use that against aircraft. We could do, because they do have some missiles here. But yeah, no. Have we got anyone over here? I think we have missiles over here. Yeah, we actually got the good F-16s here. Are you American? No, you're Turkish. What's that? That's bombs, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of AMRAAMs though, so why not use them? Sniper pod. What's the sniper pod do? You are max range infrared. Air surge. Okay, yeah, I think you would be a good addition. Let's launch you guys as a group. Let's launch you guys as a group. And you know what? We could actually also launch you guys and try to overwhelm this group here. So let's actually do that. Right, that's going to be a lot of aircraft. We're going to sort them out, and then I think we're going to see what we can do next. Right, Dragon. You're an airborne early warning. Let's pull you in a little bit over here. I want to find out more about this group. Whew. Okay, missiles being shot over here. That's just the anti-air missiles of the Ukrainians themselves. Not much for us to think about there. Okay, we got an F-35 here. That's cool. You guys are inherited tight here. That's good. I did not want you to actually launch. Sorry, is that tight? No, you should be on hold because I only want to fire at high-value targets with you. Lots of planes up here, but this attack, I don't know where it's heading. It seems to be heading maybe towards Romania, maybe Bulgaria, maybe Romania, I think. Let's see. Right, I think we've got our first launches. No, that's not down there. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's up in England. Yeah, that does make sense. Right, let's bring you over here. What's your radius? 800 miles, 9,000 miles probably. Yeah, I think you're actually going to get here without refueling. Once you have your speed and altitude, should be fine. Right. Finally, this flight here has finished, so you can get over here. We might actually try to use your weapons against these guys too. I think that wouldn't be a terrible idea. What have we got down here? That's Maritime patrol aircraft, you guys are getting there. All of that's okay. You guys are returning to base. It's okay. You guys could actually try to come here and sort of intercept them on there. That's a little bit close-ish towards the anti-air systems that they've got, but let's see. Right, and then we've got a lot of flights here, so let's try to sort them out. So the first one, 7768, you guys got anti-air weapons. Your job is going to be to come over here. Number 69, you guys also got anti-air weapons. Let's get over there. And the 70, you guys got anti-air weapons. So let's get over there. You're actually kind of high already. Must have missed you for a while there. And you know what? You guys too. Let's get there. Should see the other ones launching in a moment. That actually means that you guys can all go to loiter speed, please, just to not get here too fast. So you're currently 200 miles away. You guys would be how far away? 220. Yeah, we're going to be able to catch up there. And then attack them in a simultaneous strike, which should be kind of okay. Good. How about you guys? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening here? You should be trying to return to base. You're not gonna make it. What's your cruise speed? That is your cruise speed. Ooh, this bad. For some reason, I got this guy here to... Okay, can I assign you to this group? Yeah, that worked. You should be able to land over here. So let's bring you over there. That was awkward. Okay, but still. Didn't we have a single aircraft down here? The wild boars here. You're jamming, so... Not sure why these guys are actually returning. Whether they were spoofed by us or something else happening here. Again, lots of aircraft here. MiG-31s too. Flankers. Lots of fighters. Lots of fighters, actually. And we still don't know anything about these guys. But you know what? That probably is has to mean that we're just going to pick up these guys here with the anti-shipping missiles and take them up over here. And that probably means I now need to put in a cut. So let's see very much of what's going to happen up here in Crimea. We are slowly starting to put into place all of the assets that we need there, and we're going to need to sort them out a couple of more times just to sort of do some fine-tuning. But we do think that in around 2 hours all hell is going to rain down on the Crimea. It's going to be around 450 missiles if I haven't miscounted, so that should be a really, like, in the literal sense, an awesome sight. So that being said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.